And welcome everyone to a Monday of racing at Grants Pass Downs. Jason Beem here, track announcer, but you're going to have a new track announcer tonight. I'm down in Tampa, getting ready for the Tampa Bay Downs meet that's starting on Wednesday and Thursday. Matt Dinnerman, the great voice of Golden Gate Fields, is going to be calling the races for you for the remainder of the season, the last 5 days. But I'm going to still be doing our little preview videos here on YouTube and before the races. So happy to look forward to the 8 race cards that are coming up both tonight and tomorrow. I know the weather was super hot Sunday. It's supposed to cool down a little bit Monday and Tuesday. So hopefully everything's good with the weather up there. It's actually, it was like 88 and overcast down here, so I left Oregon and it's hotter in Oregon. Anyways, the first race on the card on Monday, we start the early pick 4, we start the early daily double, and you know, this race is a 3,200 non-winners of 3, and I always, with Grants Pass Downs, you got to be careful with class sometimes, because like Elusive Irish Gal, the 2 is dropping from a 10,000 non-3 to 3,200 non-3, and it looks like it's a huge drop, but the same drop is being had by She Said She's Perfect, from 8,000 to 3,200 for Astounding Abby, you know, for Maiden 7,500 for the 5. What I'm getting at is everybody's kind of making the same drop. So it's really, the class price I don't think matters as much. The 6 G Street I think is going to get a lot of attention just because coming up from Golden Gate Fields, and those horses are always pretty tough. Has actually ran okay in the last couple. The barn has had a very tough year. The Grinder Barn 0 for 50 so far on the year. So with that being said and the short price and everything, I'm probably leaning towards either the 2 or the 3 in this race, but it's not the toughest spot. So it's a good entry for G Street for sure. The second race on the card, a non-winners of 2 in 2021, or which have never won 4 races. Now, Hillcroom, the number 1, I loved 2 starts back at 17-1. I tweeted about how much I liked the horse, and it was one of those instances where the price was just too good to turn down. 17-1 on a horse who should have been 5-1. But the horse is going to be 9-2 or 5-1 in this spot, and so you know, you kind of wanted to hit when the price was really good. I love the number 2 Shaka Zulu. That last effort was just really good, and it seems like John Harris just has the horse going in a really good, you know, ran good off the layoff, finishing second, came right back. That was a powerhouse win last time, really pulled away and worked a bullet just the other day. So, you know, Harris's barn is going very well, and that one certainly should be pretty tough. The 4 Bert and Ernie for Billy Christian drops out of a little starter allowance where it didn't do much running behind Hillcroom last time out, but was kind of part of the early mix and faded. So I think you know, Billy's having a really good year, and I think this horse could be one that improves a little bit in this spot. I did want to mention Sonic Boy, who came running late last time at 27-1, made a huge move, but that race kind of fell apart. And so I'm a little bit against Sonic Boy today, even though I liked the horse last time out. And then Quinn Howie has the number 6 Ernest on the outside. Howie's horses have been running really well here this meet, and have no doubt that this one will be a contender. You know, it doesn't look like a world beater of any kind. It's just, you know, was running Golden Gate Fields against better horses, and is going to appropriately drop in class and circuit here for this race. Quarter horses in race number 3. We have our big challenge race later on. So usually the quarter horses are races 2 and 3, but it's in race 7 later on. But maiden event, and wanted to mention number 3 Dash for Ginger T, whose last 2 starts at the maiden level were both very good. That last race was a trial effort and actually ran pretty decent, I thought. Didn't make the cut, but I thought it was a very solid effort for that one. And then on the outside, Arianda, you know, ran for Nick Lowe and ran really well last time out for maiden 5,000, same level, but goes for a new barn this time for Adrian Quinones, and drawn on the outside. The horses on the outside have been faring, as usual, pretty decently in these quarter horse races. Fourth race on the card starts the Jackpot Pick 5. The carryover, of course, continuing to roll on. I think we're up to 62,000 for the carryover, and of course, closing day will be mandatory payout day unless we hear something different. So, or unless somebody hits it prior to then. Don't want to put that out there. The one horse Live a Good Life comes off the claim for Bill Hoff, claim from Jorge Rosales, who's, you know, a pretty top trainer around here. He's won the title numerous years. Always a little leery claiming off the really good barns. Hoff has won in his last couple of claims with the horse coming back, so he certainly can do it. Heavy Hall's who I wanted to talk about, though. This horse has just turned some kind of corner here at Grants Pass Downs this year. Ran tremendous in the first start. Got the lead at 15-1 last time out. Got hammered to 3-5 and literally won as pleased. And so, interestingly enough, after 2 huge wins, gets a 3rd new rider. Eduardo Gutierrez Sosa going to ride the horse in the fifth race. And Sir Laugh-A-Lot, I thought we should mention too, was very, very good when he got the lead 2 starts back. Didn't get to the lead last time out, and was in a tougher race too. That was kind of that one's undoing. But it's Heavy Hall is just, he's really been awesome this year. So curious to see if he can continue that in the 4th race. 5th race on the card begins the late pick 4, and I wanted to mention KB Queenbee down toward the inside, who really stepped up and ran better last time out at a big price. And, maybe just kind of figuring out the game a little bit, drawing inside. At 5 furlongs, I really like that just because you're avoiding ground loss. Now, you can get cut off or shuffled back, but for the most part, I think it's a good spot to be. See a winner for Jason Homer. I think this horse actually was entered before and scratched, but will make the debut in this one. Homer has had a fantastic season. He's 10 for 16 in the exacta, so and he's won with a first time earlier on in the meet. San Juan Storm, who's going to take some money and deservedly should, is 0 for 18, and this is just the kind of horse I want to be against in these maiden races. It seems like they learn how to lose, and could she get up and finally do it? Maybe, but also want to mention Miss Dominatrix, who's the first-time starter for the Beckner barn. Eric Jensen, of course, has bred and owned many good horses in the state of Oregon, and Bryson Butterfly signing on board for them in what should be kind of a fun little maiden race in race 5. 6th race on the card, the Revolue Slew. We got some good stakes action going on to end this card. And the Revolue Slew, Giacomina coming in off a nice win last time out at Union, of all places. But has been running pretty well here at Grants Pass, but obviously stepping up the class ladder here a little bit. And these are going to be much tougher horses. At You Lover, a very, very speedy type. But, these are Oregon bred, so you're going to get, a mix of horses who are going to try the jump up in class to stakes competition. Now, Jaded Tiger's been winning open stakes races, at least in the first week of the meet, and then, open allowances and really tough race. I think Jaded Tiger's going to be a big favorite here, and deservedly so. Is not going to have to come from as far back as last time, I think, which bodes well for that one. I think a couple horses that deserve mention, though, toward the outside. Hot August Storm won 2 in a row. Jason Homer dipped in to claim the horse. Obviously, she's in the best form of her young career. I mean, she really hasn't been running all that long, but she's just getting better each time. And Extra Fine Xtina, always kind of a player in these races, just because of the speed. Has been running in those open stakes. I think the return to Oregon Bred Company was actually 3rd in this race last year. The Star Across the Water one, who's in this race as well, but always, I think, a pace factor at least. The Quarter Horse Feature, it's the Bank of America Grants Pass Challenge Championship Challenge. Say that fast, Dinnerman. But, a lot of the best quarter horses on the ground. Interesting to see CM Once in a Blue Moon, who's been so good at the turn races, cutting back here to the 440. CM Boom Shakalaka, the other CM, this horse is just so good when he's on his game. And he broke really well last time out. The 440, he's won at that distance before. Up at Emerald, he won the challenge last year. And so, not a question, even though it's not a distance he's gone to a whole lot. But, his break last time, he's just, to me, he looks like the fastest quarter horse I've seen this year. JL Rebel's been great, too. And then we should mention Arizona Favorite, who was second to JL Rebel last time out in a really big effort. And that was the first local start, and a little tighter maybe off the layoff for Hector Magenis this time. Could be a player. The Joe Durham Stakes, the fillies and mares, older runners at 6.5 furlongs, will complete the card. It's race number 8. And Miss Important, who was that great claim for 10,000 2 starts back for Billy Christian and Bern Kent, went on to win the Shady Cove and now comes back here and sees Just Classy again, who was a runner-up last time. But I think Miss Important kind of looks like the one. I was trying to, kind of figure out, okay, who are the options to beat? Just Classy is always just so far back. It's always hard to make up that much ground at Grants Pass Downs. And, Miss Important just kind of seems like the one right now. So I didn't have too much of a good opinion in this race. But anyways, just a quick look at the card for Monday night. Again, hope everybody's doing good back in Oregon. And we'll see you guys at the races tonight and tomorrow.